Hey, everybody. Good day. Good day. It's Wednesday, September 23rd. I'm Dr. Gina Page, president and co founder of AfricanAncestry.com. And you know what time it is? It's time for the Remember Who You Are Identity Summit Day 2 recap. So, you all know that we are in the middle of the first ever of its kind, a virtual event that is the Remember Who You Are Identity Summit, hosted by African Ancestry. And this summit has been incredible. Shout out to all of you who have been on with us every night. The comments, the energy in the comments and the chat is off the chain. I mean, we are hyped before the thing even starts, and you all have been so gracious and so into it, and you've been dropping your own nuggets of knowledge in the comments and in the chat. I love it. I've been having a great time. We started on Monday, September 21st, and we kicked it off with Dr. Afia and Billy Shaka, who talked to us about the psychology of identity. And then last night, did they bring it or did they bring it? Oh, we got people from Senegal on here. Naga Def, Mangi Firek. That's it. That's all the Wolof I got for you. Lorenzo's here, and Lisa. Plachette, good to see you. John Cox says thank you. Thank you, John Cox. I'm so glad that you are able to join us, and I hope that you've been enjoying. In fact, before I go on talking about how dope I thought it was, what did you all think? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. William Kirk is in the house. Good to see you. If you guys just drop in the comments and tell me if you have some nuggets from what you heard either on Monday night with Dr. Afia or my presentation. Hey, you can tell me what you liked about what I said. I talked about African ancestry's identity, but last night, let me tell you, they just continued to bring the fire last night. I'm gonna get into that. Hero wants to know, after we receive our results, can we use the DNA with different companies? Our test is different. So yeah, thank you for that question. For those of you who aren't familiar with African ancestry, we're the pioneers of genetic ancestry tracing for Black people around the world. And we are on a mission to transform the way we view ourselves and the way we view Africa. Our DNA test for ancestry is different than all the other DNA tests for ancestry. So no, you can't use our results at a different company. It's just, we look at different parts of your DNA and we provide you a different identity answer and a different identity experience. And we do it without selling or sharing your personal or genetic information. And so, if you want to use another company, then you've got to take their test. If you have results from another company and you're interested in us, you got to take our test. There's no sharing and shifting and using we don't do that. But I welcome you to take our test because it will change your life. And I know some of you watching can co-sign that, because I know some of you who are watching and you tell me this on a weekly basis. Raven is here. Hello, Raven. Troy, good to see you. Lorenzo, thank you for being here. We got Trinidad in the house. All right. Welcome from Trinidad. I hope it's beautiful there. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon said last night was awesome. Shemek said, I'm in class, gotta go. Well, thanks for stopping through, Shemek, on your lunch break. Good morning, Carol. Latanda wants to know, where can I see the replay from last night? So if you log into your AfricanAncestry.com/summit account, we're using Hey Summit as our platform. And so if you log into your Hey Summit account, you can see the recordings from last night. If you missed Monday night, it's gone. The replay is not there anymore. Now, we do have a Genius Class Pass. And so if you want to catch the replays of sessions that you weren't able to see, or you will not be able to see within the 24 hours, you can go over to the page to AfricanAncestry.com/summit, purchase the Genius Class Pass, and that will give you unlimited viewing. You can watch it anytime on any device at your own convenience. Okay, so let's go back to, I want to share what happened last night. I kept teasing it up. Let me go ahead and get into this, because I know you guys got stuff to do. I know I got stuff to do today, but this is My most fun part of the day. All right, so we had Mark Thompson talked with Dr. Patricia Newton last night. Dr. Newton talked to us about the effects of post-traumatic slavery disorder. And whoo, she dropped so many nuggets. Look, I just picked 3 because you gotta watch the replay to get it all. And you might have to watch the replay twice. But she started off by saying, if you don't know where you've been, and you don't know where you're going, then any road will do. We need some direction, you all, and the direction starts by knowing who we are. She also taught us that trauma passes down for 7 generations. So we are dealing today, unbeknownst to many of us, with the effects of the trauma that happened in every generation, that 7 generations before us. That means we're feeling the effects of the trauma of enslavement. And we have to recognize that in order to be able to begin to heal from that. Now, the one that resonated with me the most was shame is a luxury we can ill afford. So all of us who feel ashamed and don't want to seek help for mental health, who don't want to seek help for certain other diseases that we may have because we're ashamed. We don't have the luxury of being ashamed. We have to get healed. And because trauma passes down for 7 generations, that means today we get to affect and impact the next 7 generations. You get to break that generational curse or the generational barriers that have been set up by trauma today. But we have to start by healing ourselves. And so I encourage you all to go over to AfghaniAncestry.com/summit and catch the replay. It's not too late to register. You can register for the summit and you'll get to see the replays of last night's sessions until we start tonight. Yes, Plachette, she said that 7-generation trauma was deep. And then William says Atlantis is an amazing teacher. So I'm going to drop the nuggets from Atlantis. But before I go to her, let's talk about Freddie Taylor. Y'all ready for Freddie Taylor of Urban Intellectuals? I don't think so. Our Black History Unmuted conversation. Ain't no reason not to know Black history at this point. Freddie told us 5 minutes a day keeps the miseducation away. Small, bite-sized chunks. That's all it takes. Small, bite-sized chunks. You spend 5 minutes a day, you learn something 5 minutes every day. That's 365 things you'll know at the end of 1 year. 365 new things about our history you'll know in just 5 minutes a day. He also said we can't be passengers in our children's education. He talked about how when he was raising his children, he kind of just left it to the school system. And he realized that no, he has to be the driver of his son's education. He couldn't just leave it to someone else. Yeah, Lorenzo says trauma of enslavement is so powerful. Yeah. Okay, now on to Atlantis. So many of you are already familiar with Atlantis. Sharon said, oh my God, Atlantis. We got so many comments about the power of her presentation, how well put together it was, how they were, felt like they were back in school, learning some really good strategies and tools. Atlantis started off by telling us learning process begins in the womb. While the baby is forming in the mother's womb, learning begins. And so we have to be cognizant of what we are feeding ourselves and our children every step along the way. She also said everything you need to know can be found in a book. Well, it can be found on a book. It can probably be found online these days. And so there's no excuse for not knowing. Everything we need to know, we can get the answers to. And she gave us different types of learning styles. One of our team members was like, that really resonated with me, that everyone learns differently, and she don't want her teenage daughter to hear her acknowledge that everyone learns differently. I'm sure some of you all can relate to that. So yeah, it was just, man, it was just a night full full. And I know, it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. The second one started at 7 p.m. Eastern. You're closing out, winding down your day. And one of my friends told me, she's like, Gina, I was thinking, oh, okay, I gotta go watch this. And then as soon as I turned it on, I was energized and excited and ready to learn. And so I just thank all of you, thousands of people. That we had over 12,000 people register for this summit. Thousands of you all are online every night, learning, engaging, contributing, growing, remembering. We are doing identity work, you all, doing identity work for Black people. That is what African Ancestry is about. And it is our absolute honor to bring this to you. It's not too late for you to register. You can go to africanancestry.com/summit, and you'll be able to get in on the other lessons that we are going to have tonight. Latasha, you're a book publisher. Shout out to Latasha. I didn't know that. Yes, Troy. Dr. Afia on Monday night referenced Dr. Marimba Ani to be African means you belong to a culture of origin. Lisa said, and spirit will send knowledge to you. Wow. John said he played Coltrane, Wes Montgomery, and Oliver Nelson for his son in the womb as an IQ builder. Wow. Amazing. So what's on tap for tonight? We have 2 more sessions tonight, 2 more heavy hitters. Look, I'm telling you, the African Ancestry family ain't no joke. And everybody, pretty much, unless they were born on the continent, everybody who is participating in these sessions is an African Ancestry family member. So we're keeping it in the family, and we want all of you, we consider all of you part of the family, the extended family, and we want you to be part of our nuclear African Ancestry family. So definitely check out africanancestry.com, shop.africanancestry.com. You don't even have to watch the summit to find out where you're from. You can just go get a test kit right now. Trace your ancestry for the entire family. It's just that simple. But tonight, we got Dr. Pamela Jolly. I am so proud of this lineup. These are people who speak all over the world, and they're here online for us, for the African Ancestry community, because remembering who you are is so important, especially today. If we could take that energy and excitement that's in the chat and the comments and harness that, social justice is a wrap. Police brutality is a wrap. Redlining is a wrap. All of these forces that negatively impact us, we can turn it around. But it starts with remembering who you are. So Dr. Pamela Jolly is going to be, her session is called The Narrow Road, A Guide to Legacy Wealth. And she's basically going to show us how we can enjoy a path to a deeper relationship with legacy and wealth, however you choose to define it. So sometimes you hear wealth and you might get uncomfortable. You might define wealth or think wealth is defined one way, but you actually get to define wealth however it has meaning for you. And so I'm excited about how Dr. Jolly will take us through that this evening. And then following her, oh, wait a minute. What do y'all think about the DJs? Are our DJs off the hook or what? Our DJs have been bringing it in the transition from session A to session B. Oh my goodness, I can't. I be wanting to party. I'm like, dang, 5 minutes is up. Okay, we got to get into the next session. The second session tonight is Bet on Black. And Bet on Black, we're bringing the co-founders of shopblack.us, shopblack.us, Chantrell P. Lewis and Tony O. Lawson are a husband-wife duo that are helping to change the way we look at Black business and Black economic empowerment. And so we're going to be talking about how we can, excuse me, what the impact of recycling the Black dollar is and how we can turn that into a true lifestyle, not just a movement, not a fad, not a trend, but a way of life. And I don't know if you guys follow them on social media, but they basically had an all Black wedding that they posted about. Every single aspect of their wedding was provided by an African American vendor. So I'm looking forward to the conversation with them. I got kind of greedy tonight. I didn't want to share tonight with Maximella Matfumo. So I'm hosting both of the conversations tonight. And then he'll be back on deck with us tomorrow. So oh, my audio is muting out. I'm sorry, Troy. I don't know what's going on with this. Anyway, join us tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, AfricanAncestry.com/summit. I'll see you then. Get ready for some more motivation and inspiration to remember who you are.